Hello and welcome. It's coming up to the last week of June. We have had some rain in the past week. So obviously the rain was forecast. I knew it was coming. I had a water butt and I needed to get connected up so it could fill once we had that rain. Here's me last week sorting all that out. So we haven't had any rain here for weeks and weeks. There is some rain due. let's call it a water butt. I've got a caravan with a roof which must have some water run off that roof. So first job, clear that area on that wooden decking. I'm going to put the water butt. Second job, move the water butt into position. That'll be the hardest thing, I think. Third job, put some guttering up. Then simply wait for the rain and wait for it to fill up. That's the plan. I'm going to get moving. Right, that took about 10 minutes. So we're going to have guttering there, downward sloping, water butt there. All is good. So that didn't take very long time. Now for the hardest job. Let's go see the challenge. Right, so that's the caravan and where the water butt's going to go. I say water butt, I don't quite know how to describe this cube. It's huge, it's heavy, it's cumbersome. Three things I am not. Wish me luck. Just wish me luck. Not too bad at all, not too bad at all. It's in position. Should just be a case of putting the guttering up now. So I wasn't really planning on doing this today, but rain is imminent, so time is of the essence. Looking around at what bits and bobs I've got a bit of gutter and I've got a downpipe. The gutter isn't long enough. I can insert the gutter into the downpipe, but it's still not long enough. Making it up as I go along. I'm going to saw the downpipe in half, lengthwise, and end up with two, hopefully, bits of guttering this long. We'll give that a go. I can't pretend that was a pleasurable experience, but 10 minutes with a rusty saw on what was one piece of downpipe is now two bits of guttering. So I'm going to fasten that up, maybe temporarily, but with some clear tape that I've got for fixing the pond. So just fasten that to the caravan, proof of concept, see if it works, and then fasten it permanently, unless this is as good as it says it is and will stay up forever. Right, I'm gonna get that up now. There we go then, the guttering's up. Took about an hour all in, so not too bad. The tape actually forms a nice joint seal, if you like, between the caravan and the guttering, so no water will escape down the back, so all good. There was some moss on the caravan, scraped some off to give the tape some more adhesion, but I think some of that moss is holding the caravan together, so not bad for an hour's work. Honestly thought it'd take a lot longer than that. Let's test it out. fine tuning on the end where it drops from one bit of gutter into the other. All good. Rain later. Let's see how full we get. Good job. And that's filling up nicely. So that clear tape, it's still up. It's still up. That might be a permanent fixture. That. Who needs screws and guttering supports when you've got some Gorilla clear tape? Recommend that. It's cost about £10 though. Maybe worth it. Maybe worth it. I fixed my pond with that. Anyway, I'm going to be referring to my notes so I don't forget anything. I put my pumpkin and squash out and do a 20-30 plants on it. 13 pumpkins I put out. There's 3 left. There's 1 squash plant left. They weren't in great shape to start with, to be honest, and maybe I disturbed some of the roots when I was transplanting them, but they needed to get out in the plot. Obviously put some nice compost in some holes and put them in, but I think they got eaten. I think they got eaten. I'm trying to not call it a disaster. We've got some beautiful flowers. Let's positives. Look, I've got 3 pumpkin left. They're all in the same place. Anyway, whatever. The sweet corn I put out, we're starting with a load of fails, aren't we? The sweet corn I sowed a month ago, out of about 50 over 2 locations. 4 germinated. So last week I decided to, might be a bit late in the season, back up sweet corn. So I sowed that in the greenhouse. 1 week after sowing, every single one I think of them has come up. So get them a bit bigger and they'll be out in the plot in a few weeks, I think. Also in the greenhouse, the aubergines that I potted some on into bigger pots 2 or 3 weeks back. You can see the size difference. They were crying out for a bigger pot, so that's good there. In terms of the tomato failure I mentioned in the last video, no tomatoes left. The germination was alright, but they were just weak plants, never seemed to grow. But we have got some backups. There's 1 tomato plant I didn't even sow. It's just emerged. You know, I'm not one for plant identification, but that is not a melon. Anyway, so I did have 1 tomato plant, but my brother and his family, so my nephews and their mum, came to the rescue last week, brought me some tomato plants that I've had outside in let's call it a cold frame. It's an open sort of glazed area. So they've been out there for the past week, and I put them out into the plots where the squash no more. So that's good. In terms of what other failures and trying to combat that, my peas and my beans have been eaten by what I'm assuming is pigeons. I put some pea defence, so I've sowed some more peas, put some like twigs in the ground, almost like a cage around where I've sown the peas. So hopefully that'll deter the pigeons and anything else that's gonna eat them little tasty green shoots. You could understand it, can't you? Dry weather, beautiful nice pea things coming out of the ground. Can't complain. It won't do any good, will it? In terms of the beans that I'd sown as well, and yeah, they'd been decimated. So I've sown some more beans. With the beans, I did go for quantity, quantity as well. So these packets of seeds were heavily discounted this time of year. So I've literally got hundreds that I've sown, but I have put a barrier there. I've put a barrier there as well, so I'm hoping there'll be so many germinate that the birds won't be able to get to them all. But I've also put a nice barrier of twigs. Sweet peas, plentiful. I've been picking them. and they still keep coming, so all is good there. They haven't started to go to seed yet, which is good. What else? The £40 strawberry. That's a headline. That's a headline. £40 strawberry. Why is it a £40 strawberry? Well, the new plot. So I've got this existing half plot I've had for a decade, and then I took on the new plot a couple of months back. I haven't had anything from that plot yet. I've been putting things in, but the rent cost me £40. So technically, that first strawberry, in terms of produce, that cost £40. If that was the only thing that ever came up, I've paid £40 rent. That strawberries cost me £40. That theory was immediately put to bed once you realise there's raspberries. A couple of raspberries down, and now once you add a blackcurrant in the mix, we're at £10 a unit now. I talk nonsense. Beetroot is coming on nice. Onions are almost ready. They've started to flop. A lot of them are bolted, but I'm just leaving them for the flowers. There's enough there, but some of them are looking beautiful. Can't wait to pick them. So I can't wait to pick them. Obviously can, I could be. I'll pick it next week. The leek flower heads from last year's leeks that I've left in the ground, they're about to pop open very soon, having some beautiful flowers. And the sunflower room just behind me. Soon, very soon, there will be Dave heights. That's not particularly tall, but whatever. I think I've covered everything on my list. I will just leave you with the beautiful California poppies behind me. That was the update. Thanks for watching. Click subscribe. Send me a comment, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.